Welcome to Tush Twins, heard exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com, a streaming platform heard round the world and even in Brooklyn.
Even in Brooklyn, I
Yeah,
love it.
I,
My
I
favorite
changed that a little bit.
place.
Anyway, guys, how are you?
Even in
Good.
Brooklyn,
How are you?
little cold here.
Uh,
Minus
Little
three
cold.
this morning.
It was
What was it?
-10 here.
Oh my God, you win that.
Oh
I
my
was
God, we did. We were the coldest in New Jersey and tri-state.
well,
so it was
in Chicago, they said it was a -7 wind chill factor.
well, we hit -3 and she's -10 without the wind chill factor.
-10. It
Mm.
was pretty cold.
So then I waited. I was like, the dog, like I got to get her out. And then I looked at her and she looked at me and I looked at her and she looked at me and it was like until it hits like a double digit number. You have to hold it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, they
You
say
got all that.
you should put spraying some sort of oil on the paws of the dog.
I'm gonna
Hmm,
get it tomorrow. It's
that's a
something
good
called
idea.
mush, mush,
Oh, I
and you
heard
could
about that.
put
Yeah,
it
because
on the bottom of their paw.
it puts a layer on the
This was my temperature this morning.
Oh my God. Oh my.
-10.
What time was that?
4:30 this morning.
Well, yeah, we were
It
something
stayed
like
till about 6:30 was then it went down. Then we got warm to -9.
so then I was waiting and waiting, but I didn't, so I was waiting. So at 7:13 it was 1. And then I'm like, you know, I'm not walking the
Mm.
dog in this. She didn't want to get out of bed anyway. She's
I don't
smart.
blame her.
She's like, I'm in
Mine
bed, you're in bed.
mine just jumps into the snow and wants to eat it and play in the snow. My dog is the weirdest animal in the whole world.
Sparkles likes the snow, but she doesn't like when the salt, getting in her paws, and she
No,
doesn't
neither does
like,
she.
she's not in with that. And then if it's windy, no,
Yeah.
Elsa doesn't like the wind, but it's been very mild. It's not windy here at
well,
all.
today and yesterday the
It's
wind
gorgeous.
was not bad.
Well, does
I
she
mean,
have she has a jacket, doesn't she? A coat?
yeah,
No, mine doesn't want to wear. She refuses.
no, Sparkles has a red jacket. She has a coat.
Mhm.
Mm.
And when I have Bluey here, he has a coat. Bluey's he really can't go out for long because small dogs, it's really not good for them uh to keep them out in the snow like that. It's and the I they have warnings, if you have a little doggy, keep
Yeah,
them inside.
you need a doggy treadmill.
Uh well, I
Yeah.
walk around my house. It's the funniest thing when I can't really. I try to give her like 3 walks, but in this weather, in this winter, it's been 2 walks. But I walk around from my kitchen to my foyer to my living room to my dining room. It's a circle, So
Yeah.
I walk around with her, and she looks at me. The first time I did it with her and Bluey, they looked at me like, "What the F are you doing? Have you lost your mind? What is this? Where are we going? We're in the same place. We didn't get anywhere." So yeah, it's been weird. I had a crazy morning. I went downstairs and I opened the door to the basement and my boiler had this odor that was dangerous. It was
Ooh.
dangerous. Uh, I had opened the windows. I didn't know where if I was gonna have to get out of the house and with the dog and it's freezing and I'm like, where am I going? I called a couple of friends. No one was, they're working. So I'm like, okay. So I called Les and we got the fuel company to come up because they
Yeah.
gave us all oil yesterday. It was so cold, it actually clogged. There was sediment and
Ooh.
it was causing it to not, function right and it was backing up. So the basement, it was really bad. I was feeling not great, and I was worried about the dog not, getting these fumes. It's like toxic.
Yeah, they were talking about also it's stopping the water in the pipe so it doesn't freeze
Mm.
Yes.
at this temperature.
Sometimes it has a reverse effect, and if you drip your hose outside in this, I see pictures all over. It crystallizes and freezes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you
you
know what's
gotta.
really fun to do? Take boiling to the weather like today. This today, you take boiling water
and you throw it
Well,
in the
really hot,
air,
and you throw it in the air and it comes
and
crystallized snow.
right,
It's
right, it's
so
cool.
cool to see.
Well,
I
well,
took
it was snowing in Louisiana, at
snowing in
Yeah,
Florida.
New Orleans.
Yeah, they were
God is
going ice
punishing.
skating.
Yeah.
They were actually going ice skating in New Orleans. I hope it's okay when you. The whole
I'm
ground,
going in May.
you'll be fine. Was an ice. It was ice. It was like a rink.
Yeah,
And
in
in
the streets.
Florida, in northern Florida, it was snowing.
It's snowing in northern Florida, Texas. Matter of fact, I got a
Houston. We
text today from my friends in North Carolina, and they haven't had snow in 10 years there, and there was snowing
Yeah.
last night.
Atlanta also.
Yeah, snowing.
Well, Chicago wind chill factor was -12.
Mm,
Yeah, well, it's
that's
minus
about
10 here
normal in
without a wind
Chicago.
chill,
That
without a wind chill.
yeah,
So,
And
she had -10 without wind chill. So if it was windy, it would be -20 or something.
and of course,
hmm
here in Los Angeles, we're surviving the fire. There was another flare up someplace by
Oh
Lake
Really?
God,
Hughes. That's a far distance from me,
Oh man,
but I'm
God.
not sure.
it's crazy. The world is crazy, man, and we got.
It's now
We got a
14
crazy man in
degrees
the
here.
presidency. I know.
Don't start me on this with that
I
because if
don't
you
want to
do,
discuss it.
forget
It's
it.
not good. I don't want to
I like
discuss it.
what you talked about. In emergency, where do we pee?
That's right. Well, you know,
Ah,
first off, we didn't do our opening, but we're the Tush twins, and so here, there, and
Okay,
everywhere.
introduce yourself individually.
okay,
Okay, you
Max.
go. You go. You go.
Okay, Rusty,
Okay.
Paula, Angie Cuckoo,
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Redhead, whatever you want to call me, that's me.
For some
As a
reason,
matter of
Phil.
fact, this hat is from 1978.
Oh
Ah.
boy, going in the Wayback Machine.
Yes, I
I got.
still wear it. It
I
goes good
know.
with my curly hair.
Oh yeah, I see. It's a little
I
curly,
found
but it's
pictures.
cool.
I found pictures out. I had to pack. I packed up all my valuables to put it someplace, or pictures so I can evacuate. But I have pictures. I was like about 28, 29. I have this curly brown hair, that goes
Oh, cool.
ran to the deck of my back of my neck.
Yeah,
I
good.
have them in.
Curly brown hair.
Yeah,
Good.
Not
and I
like
have this
yours,
big.
Max.
I have this big
Yeah.
mustache. I showed it
I
to
don't
Mom.
have a
She
big
said I
mustache,
look like a
thankfully.
porn star.
I've seen plenty
Uh,
of those.
who did Debbie really do Dallas? That's what I want to know. And
Did
really,
Dallas?
what
Did
happened?
Brooklyn
What
College.
happened? I can use it on my Many Shades of Green behind the green door.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Behind
happened
the
But the
there?
question
green
is, did Dallas do
door.
Debbie?
Uh, hey, it was filmed
Could have.
partly in Brooklyn College locker room, right? Oh
Yep,
God.
yes, it
How did they
was.
even let that? It wasn't a sex scene. It was something. It was
No.
something because I can't believe that they would allow that.
Maybe they had sex in the biology class.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't
I
know.
thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Rah, 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 rah,
Uh,
sisumba. Whoop.
I had a deviant psychology course at Brooklyn,
Did,
and it was weird because they brought in this person who had a it was a transex they had a sex change, and the person was couldn't get into the military at that point. They wanted to be
Mhm.
in the Navy, and
In the
so
navy.
the person was actually kind of showing what the whole thing was, what they
showing.
did. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know how, A, I didn't look. B, I don't know how the teacher even let that happen.
hmm
I don't know if it was all the way, but it was weird. It was weird. How the hell did we
But
get on this topic?
but unfortunately, these transgender people are just no longer, we can't call them transgenders anymore. There's
You
only two
said,
sexes. That's what we're told. There's
I
only
thought there
two
are only two
sexes.
sexes, yes and no.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
There's
only
only
two
two
seconds.
sexes. That's it. You can't give them the dignity of what they're called, should be called.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, there's a lot of things going on. And the question is, do people have enough fight in themselves to do something? And what I
And the
see
answer
now is,
is
yeah,
no.
no, the ACLU is suing, Earth Justice is suing, lawyers are
Good.
lined up suing. The best thing they could that can happen as it gets dragged out until the midterms, and hopefully we will take back the House. But enough of the talk. I'm trying to be positive because every time I look at my morning feed,
I
I
can't look at
literally
it. I can't
I
look at it.
want to punch. I just want to
Can't look.
punch someone. I, I just
Okay,
want to
Don't
punch
punch
someone.
me.
I
Don't
would
uh,
never
punch
punch
me.
you. I think I need
uh,
a voodoo doll, like my, you know.
let's get
I
back
have
to
one.
let's get
So
back to the
anyway,
story
so
about peeing in strange
What's
places.
so
peeking?
I saw this story, this article in the Times, and it was this, it was talking about how, men can pee, obviously, right? Malcolm, you'll test standing up, I mean. We're talking about
Yeah.
standing up, and women don't have that luxury.
Oh,
No,
yes,
I
they
mean,
no,
can.
it's very hard.
no, we have to squat.
You got to squat. You got to have strong thighs.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
you gotta, watch the phys.
Well,
I wanna be
when I used to
physical,
do when I used to do
physical.
marathons,
Wanna be physical.
yeah, when I used to do
Let's get in
marathons,
physical.
they have
Yeah.
bathrooms along the way, the porta potties, but you have to wait online. So, but if you're waiting online, you're losing time, and
Right.
everybody's generally running for the best time of the time. So, guys just go off on the side of the road
And pee.
and pee, and the women, what they do is they would go between like two cars,
Mm-hmm.
and they would have a woman on each side of the car. So all she
Blocking
had to do was
them.
pull down her shorts
Yeah.
and squat.
Well, I
I
can
never looked.
say I really don't think there were many people who've peed in Punxsutawney. Have you ever peed in Punxsutawney?
I
Um,
have
I,
I
I've,
have
on
because
frozen turkey poop.
I've never been there, so I had no occasion
okay,
to
we
pee.
went to the Groundhog Day in
Yay.
2002. Eep, 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 coming up
O
soon.
two, O
Ooh,
two,
ooh,
O
ooh,
two.
coming up soon, few weeks.
Yes.
And it was like we're talking about the temperature now. It was like it was freaking freezing. It was freaking
If-
Yeah.
freezing.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
So, and there
You
was
gotta go
lines. There were
to get
lines for
into
the
the
porta
porta
potty.
potty.
Yeah.
And we basically said, okay,
No.
so you, me, and Christy,
Yeah.
uh, we went into the woods. It
And
was
we peed.
it was 9 degrees,
Yep.
and we peed in Punxsutawney.
And steam comes up.
It was funny
I'll
because
be
a
here.
guy we didn't see anyone, but then all of a sudden this guy came out. He was behind a tree peeing. We didn't know. Not that he cared,
Not
and
that
he
it's
Didn't
didn't
great.
care,
see
but it's just like,
anything.
hello,
It
But
was
what was
just
funny
like, it was funny. It was
whatever.
like,
when I did the New
We
York
had no
Marathon,
choice.
when I did the New York Marathon, you have to go there by bus because you go over the Verrazano Bridge, and there are no
Right.
private cars allowed over the bridge is closed off, and
right,
they have the largest trough. I think it's like a mile long for men to go
Wow.
because when you run, before you run, you're supposed to hydronate
Right.
and you're
yeah,
supposed to drink a lot. When you drink a lot, you got to go a lot.
that's true.
So you see all
You
Excuse
these
me,
gotta
people
just
about a
talking. I
hydrate.
mile
have
a
to go to the
minute,
bathroom. Excuse me.
about a mile a minute.
Yeah, we used to take trips to Florida, and every hour, you and little sis had to go to the bathroom. I wish I would have this device. It's a personal urination device. And the name of it is called the Pure Lib. Well, no, the title
Pure
of
urination device.
the title of the story that intrigued me was "The Pure Liberation of a Personal Urination Device," and it's a plastic aqueduct that provides new pathways for relief. And the article is by Melissa Hart. Uh, I'll just let me read this because it's kind of funny. It says the device appeared on the front porch for my birthday. This is Melissa Hart. 7 inches of sturdy pink plastic shaped like a deep bowled spoon. Happy peeing, my friend, who like me is an avid hiker, was written on the note tied with a ribbon. Could you imagine me sending this to you going, Happy peeing? You'd probably love it. I think we
Crack
all
up.
I
I
think
think I'd pee in my
we
pants.
I think we have to get this. We do. Uh so the
And I
the gift
hike.
the gift was a the gift was a personal urination tool that allows people with vaginas to stand when they urinate. And her daughter said, she has a teenage daughter, and the daughter went, gross. And she said her husband side-eyed her and looked at the oblong apparatus as if it might present a threat, which I guess is a weird thing. It's a miniature aqueduct. It comes with a washable, absorbent paisley square, a pea
Uh-huh.
cloth that can be attached to the user's backpack with a strap, and it read "piss off." And it's like she said, she breathed and she said this could be life changing, because she also hiked, and she just never knew that this existed. And so now you can purchase this. You can, I don't know. Let's see.
Well, you
I
get
don't know if you if
you
you go online, I guess you can find it. Just go a pee vessel, personal urination device. I wonder if it comes
pee
up
at
on an
will.
Am I wonder if it comes up on
I'm
a
gonna go look.
go do that. So
It's
it's just,
called what? The P vessel?
well, it's called a, well,
It's called
personal urination device.
Oh,
I don't
personal
know.
unit.
I don't know what it.
It's called a PUD,
You
personal
know,
urination
yeah.
device.
You make instead of making a puddle, you can go in there. Uh, I
Oh,
don't
I
Well,
know.
found it. I found it.
There you
It's on
go.
Amazon
Of
for twelve
course.
ninety nine.
Yeah.
worth
Okay.
every penny.
And the pea cloth for women for hiking is $10.
Yeah. I don't know if you could
What do they
see.
do for women?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
There it is.
There it is.
but for women, you have a little
I'm
cup
getting
that
you
goes.
one.
I'm getting you one.
Oh, the pea cloth is an extra 9.99. That's if
It's
you
worth it.
hike. You know, I this is hysterical.
Outstanding,
This is a
outstanding
real
show we have.
thing. I don't know. How many shows would be talking about this? Only the Tush twins. We should call ourselves the P twins today.
No, no, who you?
Look,
I
I'm the
don't.
P twin. I'm Paula.
That's right, you got the P.
Who talks about something like this on TV is Kelly and Mark. I don't know if you ever
Uh,
watch that show
Yes,
I
I do
at nine
I
occasionally.
o'clock.
haven't I
They talk
haven't
about
watched it in years.
lots and lots of intimate things,
Good. Well, that's fun. That's why people watch
and
them.
it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people need fun right now. I find myself not being able to watch the opening monologues of Colbert or Kimmel. I can't, or even Fallon sometimes. I can't watch it. So I turn it on like 10 to 12 because I can't watch it anymore. But anyway, so it got me to think with this personal peeing device. Hey, well, someone thought about us somehow in a weird way, that
Thank you.
women have right, pee rights as well. You can't just take out the old schlongaroo. You got a tougher way to go. But then I remembered things like when we would go on trips, especially with my mom. And one time we went to Florida, and I think we were in a motel in North Carolina, because we would stop kind of halfway or whatever, South
Halfway.
Carolina. And
South of the border.
it may have been that, and maybe in Florence, South Carolina, or North Carolina. I don't know where's Florence. Is it South or North Carolina? Anyway,
Don't
we would
remember.
stop in Florence. I wish it was Florence, Italy, but it wasn't. Anyway, and one night I'm like hearing like my mom's fumbling around. I know she goes into what she thinks is the bathroom, but it's a closet. And she had to pee like crazy. So she finds that there's a garbage can in the closet. She pees in the closet.
Peace in the closet.
She pees in the garbage can
Yeah.
receptacle in the
Uh-huh.
closet. None of us knew this was happening. She was up already, and then she figured, I peed. Now I can have some coffee. So she would take a coffee, portable electric coffee pot with her.
Yes, she
Starts
always
making
did.
starts making coffee. Now, I usually sleep through anything. I pretty much, you're the one that's
Yeah,
always up, and I'm
I'm
the one
up
that's
always
always
early.
sleeping. Okay. Like Les would go, "Did you hear that storm?" No. So, I hear my mom, and I'm like, it's like 5:30, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I peed in the closet." I went, "What?" And now I'm making coffee. And I'm like, "What are you talking? You peed in the closet. You heard me? You hear? You heard me?" And my dad, then he finally wakes up, and it's like Ricky went to Lucy. Lucy, what'd you do? My dad screams out, "Ruthie, what'd you do?"
I peed in the
It was
closet.
it was hysterical. She goes, I'm gonna clean it, I'm gonna clean it, I'm gonna clean it. I was like, and that I couldn't fall back to sleep, and I was a little young for coffee, so yeah, I had to wait for breakfast, and I think we started rolling at like 7:30 anyway, because we would try to get early starts, but that's with the Palevskis and the Stones and whoever
Well,
else, the
funny story.
Borises. So yeah,
That's
that's my
I,
one of my
hysterical.
pea stories. My other pea story is my dad in Copenhagen. There was only there was the bidet was in the room. He had no idea what the hell it was about. So he said, "Screw this! I'm peeing in the sink." So he peed in the sink. I don't know why he couldn't. I don't know if there was just
Now I understand, Maxine. Now I understand. I'm not saying anything else, but I
now
do
I get it, huh?
understand. Now I
You
get it
can only those
why
two
you're in the
stories.
same.
All right, the sink is a thing. Right, in the sink. There you go. The sink. Like
and then you wash them out.
You just got
because
it.
because
I've
that
been there, done that.
no, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about something else in
Yes.
the sink. Not the peeing, but the puking. Um,
Puking. Maxine
where-
doesn't understand. You just put your head over a toilet bowl. But no, she just goes to the sink
so
where
wait
the
a minute. I cannot count 5 times in my life that I vomited. Anyway,
I
maybe
can.
maybe three.
I can.
I
Too many times.
I don't. I really I don't think it's five. I don't even remember it being more than like three or four.
I think it's said 5 times in a month. Yes.
No. I'm
When you
like,
have acid reflux and
what?
hernia, you puke
I
more
think
than
the
five
I
times.
think the title of the show to be to pee or not to pee
It's
or
to
puke. That
pee
is
or
to
not to
pee
pee
or not to pee.
Well,
That
or
is the
not to pee.
question.
That
well,
is the question.
speaking about the other end of things,
Oh
um,
no.
I
Well, see,
I
my
had
end
a
wasn't the tush end. It was the
no, the Tish end. I must have been like about 25. I had a boss, and this was it was a temporary job as an employment agent. And he comes, we're just talking, we're drinking coffee. He says, Malcolm, you know what the most overrated thing in the world is? And he's about 50, about double my age. So I said, no, hell. What's the most overrated thing in the world is? He said, sex. I go, what? Sex? You got to be crazy. Of course, I'm 25. Then he says, Malcolm, you know what the most underrated thing in the world is? And I said, no, Hal, what's the most underrated thing in the world is? He said, taking a good bowel movement when you've been constipated for 2 weeks.
oh God, of course. We knew it had to be.
Excuse me.
We knew
Ooh,
it.
Yeah, but it's
ooh,
true.
ooh.
Is
I
it?
mean, I don't get constipated that much, but
Uh,
there are times.
okay, we this stops at peeing. It just hey, so how
Oh,
did you? I wanted to ask
This
you.
is
I wanted to
bathroom
ask you.
humor.
I wanted to ask you a question. How
mhm.
did you pee with your bunny costume on? Did you
Well,
have to take everything?
you have to
Is
take
there
the bunny on.
bunny instructions for
Well, we
peeing?
have to learn to be able to zip ourselves up. And if you can't, you just go out the bathroom. Hello, anyone there? And they come in and help you zip up.
Really? So it could
Yes.
be anyone, or it has to be another bunny.
And don't forget, well, no, it could be anyone's around there, but
Really?
don't
Somebody
forget,
can have
we're
a real good.
zippering up and we're coming out. There's nothing except our stockings underneath. There's nothing on top, but you have to pull it up. So you have to like walk around like, hello, anyone there? Anyone
Yeah.
there?
Oh God. See,
Yeah, it
these.
was not easy. If you had to go to the bathroom, it was an ordeal.
Yeah, I know
And you
some
had to have
people,
wash
some women complain when they wear those one-piece dresses or the with the leggings.
Yeah. Well,
jumpsuits,
Top.
especially
jumpsuits.
also wedding, like the brides, like they need to go. It's a whole ordeal. You gotta have
Yeah,
seven
someone has
people
to go in
to
there to hold
take
up
the
the dress
take up the
and
thing, unzipper the thing.
Well,
It's a,
that's why they had bridesmaids. They
that's true.
hold up
that's
the
true.
dress.
That's what they
I think
do.
bridesmaids, if maybe we look it up, were there because if the bride needed to pee,
To pee.
yeah, yeah, you had to be there. You just
Well,
You
you
no,
had
had
you
to
there would
be
be.
there.
Yeah,
you had.
bring a bucket over. She has to go again.
Oy
Well,
vey.
and so
Oy
it's
vey.
just it's just like it's kind of funny to think of things like people, the big question is every New Year in Times Square, How do people not pee if they're standing
Well,
online
they
for
have
20
porta
hours?
potties. They have the porta
Eh,
potties, but they also people wear the depends.
Depends. Yeah.
Okay.
But then you pee in
It's
your depends and it's in there for, ugh, gross.
Well, I'll
that's
tell you,
gross.
as you get older and they know that you're older in Google, I get
Hmm.
more and more ads for, for like diapers, adult diapers and absorbent. And I'm
Yeah.
looking, why do they give it to me? Would they know something?
Well, I hike a lot, but I go to this one trail, the Appalachian Trail. It's only 4 miles one way, 4 miles back. So it's on a boardwalk, and then you go through over a bridge and blah blah blah. But you end up from Route 517, and then all of a sudden you're in Route 94. And then you walk. What we do is walk a couple of moments. We end up at this place called what you call it? Not Pennings, one of these places. We go inside, use their bathroom, buy ice cream, and you walk it off going back the other way.
So, so this personal device would be good then.
That I'm thinking this is excellent.
See, so women out there listening and tuning in, this is like
I'm buying one.
a public service announcement.
Maybe we can
Ladies,
get them as a sponsor.
Get that would be hysterical. We
So,
could
so,
I
so,
find
will.
out.
so you don't have to leave the show if you have to go.
That's right.
We should
Yeah,
send them a copy of the show, please.
yeah.
No,
We should find
I
out.
can picture
It's
both
probably
you,
made in China somewhere.
both
Who
you
knows?
guys are doing it under the table even as we're talking.
One
What are we
second.
doing?
Ah, what did they say? The pause that relieves.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
well, that's the
that's my
famous
favorite part of peeing. It's like,
remember A League of Their Own, Tom Hanks.
yes,
That scene where he pees for like 2 minutes or something, and they're all sitting there and they're all standing and listening to him pee, and they're like, "What?" You know. But it's just it's kind of it's funny, but it's not because
it's
women
not
are
funny.
obviously at a
Believe me.
disadvantage when if you gotta go and there's nowhere to go. I mean,
Well, as I say, as we said, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta
I
go.
mean, I have gone off on the road, on
So have I.
occasion. We for
We all
driving
have.
down to Florida or something.
I
I mean,
remember we were in San Francisco one time and we were checking into this hotel. And I think my younger one, Joshua, was about, I don't know, 5, 6 years old. And he had to go to the bathroom. And there was no bathrooms downstairs and we couldn't check in for, another 2 hours. So there was a bathroom that said for employees only.
Yeah.
And we said, okay, go in. We'll make it okay. And he said, no, it says for employees only. And you could tell him he's holding it in. He said, go in.
yeah,
Finally,
yeah.
I had to open the door and shove him in.
I
He
did
wouldn't
that.
go
Yeah,
in because it said for employees
I'm
only.
surprised there's no bathrooms in hotels that for people that are coming in. That's to me weird.
they don't
But
want
how,
that because they don't want you coming in
but
to
if
use the
you're
bathroom.
checking in and you're there and
If
you're
you're
being a
if you're going to
guest,
be a guest, you should be allowed to use
yes,
the
we have to
bathroom.
use the
That I
bathroom.
mean, there's no to
Shame
me
on them.
excuse.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I hate when I go shopping at certain stores. And I know they have a bathroom for the employees. And you say,
right,
can I use the restroom? They say, excuse me, it's only for workers.
right.
Well, I'm a worker, not here, but I'm a worker.
Right, but I'm going to go on your floor.
It's pretty absurd because
I know every
again,
bathroom in Manhattan.
if
Or,
you're
or when they have restaurants that have one, it's a large restaurant, they have one small bathroom.
yeah,
Oh, we
well,
know those.
you're lucky to have
And
that.
you see two women ahead of you in line. And you go, oh my God.
Well,
I
I
mean,
I
guys are
I
zip,
pee
zip, zip.
freely. I pee quickly.
yeah, I do.
I mean, I don't, if there's a line, I'm respectful.
That's
I'll
like
just
going to the
go.
bathroom on a plane. Oh, what
Yeah.
about if you have to pee really bad on a plane
When you're
and
landing and you won't let you
or
go.
they don't let you go, or we
Right.
have a little turbulence? I said, listen, I really am sick. I need to go. I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to hold it in.
Yeah.
Uh, don't tell me what I have to do,
Right.
but
And
that
and
would
I
this thing would be
and
great.
for future reference, I didn't or do I never again have to buy a ticket on your airline. So,
Yeah,
I
but
And
they
we're
mean,
don't
never going to
care.
allow you to buy a ticket on our airline.
Yeah,
Because you can't
well,
do that in the aisle.
no.
Well, you
You
know
can't.
what?
You could
Try,
you could you
try
could
Any,
me.
dance
anyway,
you can
guys.
dance in the aisle. You can
Yeah.
dance in the aisle, I tell
Anyway,
you.
guys, I hate to say this, but we pissed our
We're
half
done.
hour
We
away.
pissed
You
off
pissed
our
away a half hour?
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh boy.
Do me a
I knew
favor.
I knew this was a good subject.
Yes, it
See?
was.
To pee or not to
And
pee?
very
That
few
is the
shows talk
question.
about it.
Yeah,
Listen,
well,
I'm the queen of pee.
you
Maxie
are.
knows I
Yeah,
am.
she
I
you
have
have
to
to
go now that I'm on
every time
medication. It's not
we're
as bad.
driving, it's like an
I have to
hour.
stop.
It's like an hour or an
Anyway,
hour. We're
guys,
only
we
traveling
could
an
talk
hour and
about
you
it.
have to go.
We could talk about another 2 hours, but we have to go.
Okay. All righty.
Okay.
Well,
Shalom.
Keep warm.
yeah, stay
You
warm
too.
and
We're
hope
gonna
I
have a
hope the
heat wave next week. We're gonna have 41 degrees. So
woo.
Mm.
Well, I hope the fires
Yeah,
are getting
yes.
more contained in
we need to
LA.
control the flat fires, and you have to buy an extra pair of gloves.
Right. I just bought
Bye.
Um,
I just bought a pair of long johns. Ciao.
Ciao.
Shalom.
Shalom tata.